Hi friends, hope you are all doing well. Welcome back to our CISA video series. So today we'll discuss on methods. So let's get started. What is method first? Method in CISA is a block of code that perform a specific task. Methods are defined within a class or struct and are used to group statements together to perform operations. So in CISA, method is a block of code that performs a specific task, and methods are defined within a class, either in a class or in a struct. We have not discussed yet. Maybe in a later video we will discuss struct in detail. And the method can be defined within a class and are used to group statements together to perform operations. So to perform some specific operations, method can be used, which can be called multiple times from different parts of a program. So method, by using method we can reuse our code in our program. So in multiple times we can call a method by defining once. Methods help in code reusability, organization and maintainability. So by using a method we can reuse our code, we can organize our code in a better manner, and it is easy to maintain the codes inside a method. Key components of a method. Method signature. So let's open the Visual Studio and see the example. In our last example we have seen one method, public void greet. So this was present in our person class, and this is a component of a class. We can say yesterday we already discussed, like fields, properties, constructor and method are the key components of the class. So fields or variable we have already discussed in one of our past video, and properties and constructor we will discuss on our upcoming video. Today we will discuss on this method. So method is nothing but like group of some code or block of codes. Then key components of a method. Method signature. This includes the method name, return type and parameters. Method signature. Let's go for like one method. Method to add two numbers. Let's say this is a method, and we can call, like, the main part of a method is method signature. So what is this method signature first? This includes the method's name. The method's name here is add. So add is the method name, and return type is integer. So this method is going to return a integer. So return type is int, and parameters. And this int a and int b are two parameters for this add method. So these three parts, like method name, return type and these parameters, are combinedly called method signature. Return type, the type of value method returns. So in this case, this add method is going to return integer value. Use void if the method doesn't return a value. So if we don't want to like method should return any value, then we can use void. Void is one type of return type. Here we have used void. So in this case this method is not going to return any value, but in this case this method is going to return an integer. So this is called return type of the method. Method name, a descriptive name, a meaningful name that follows naming convention. So what is the convention of this method? PascalCase. Method name should be written in PascalCase. This means that the first letter of each word in the method name is capitalized. So every word should be start with a capital letter. Here only one word is there, add. So A is capital. If I will say add number, then the number n should be capital. That is the naming convention of our method. So PascalCase. Parameter is optional. A method can take parameter or cannot. That is optional. That is up to us, or that is up to requirement. Here if you see, there is no parameter or there is nothing inside this bracket. So this is a parameter less method, but here there is two parameters, int a and int b. So that is optional. Method body, the block of code enclosed in curly braces that defines the actions the method performs. The block of code that enclosed with these curly braces. So whatever they are inside these curly braces is called method body. That defines the action the method performs. So whatever the method is going to perform, this code is going to be defined. So here is the example I have already copied inside our Visual Studio. So let's discuss what is this method doing here. This is a method public, don't worry on this public. So we'll discuss in one of our upcoming video, like access specifier. What is this access specifier? This method, let's start from here. Like this is return type, this is method name, and this is two parameter. And this method body is what it is doing. It is adding this a and b and returning the value. And a and b both are integer, that's why it will return an integer value. Subtract two numbers, same, it will subtract two number and return an integer value. And here I am defining the main method. And inside main method, what I am going to do, calculator. So calculator is the class. So I already told you yesterday, like we like call all the method. We can call all the method by using the object of the class. So without object, we cannot use or access any like members of our class. So here I am creating first the object calculator, new calculator. Okay, so explanation may be method signature. Public int add int a int b. The add method takes two integer parameters a and b and returns an int. That's what I already told you, these two parameters and return a plus b an integer value. Subtract also doing the same. The subtract method takes two parameters, integer parameters, and returns an integer. Methods body returns a plus b or returns a minus b, perform the addition and subtraction or any operation respectively. So what the method body is doing here? Here they are returning a plus b and here returning a minus b. So this is what the method is doing here, and after that we are creating the object of that class, and we can call this method like this, calculator dot add, and whatever the value we want to pass for addition we can pass here. And as the method is going to return a integer value, so you have to store it into a integer variable. So I have declared one some integer type of variable where I want to store this addition result, and after that I am going to print this sum value. See, if I'll comment all these lines and if I'll run this one, so it should show output as 8. Yes, sum is 8. Another method is subtract. Here also I am passing 5.3 and the value should, or the output should be 5 minus 3. Difference should be 5 minus 3 is 2. That is what this int and this add and subtract method is going to perform. So there is like types of method: instance method, static method, and overload methods. So let's discuss one by one. Static methods. First instance method. So instance method defined with a class and operator on the instance of the class. So whatever we have seen, these two method add and subtract, these two are instance method because we are going to call this add and subtract method by using the instance of the class. Instance of the class is nothing but our object calculator. So without this object we cannot call these two methods. We need to create an object, then only we can call this add and subtract. So which method is like can access by using the instance of the class or object, that can be a instance method. Define within a class and operate on the instance of the class, called using the instance of the class. Okay. Static methods define with the static keyword and do not operate on an instance of the class. Define with the static keyword. This static keyword, what actually this static keyword is, we will going to discuss like in our upcoming video in detail. But there is a static method for now. Just remember static is a keyword. So static keyword, like static method is declared as a static and do not operate on instance of the class. So I'll show you by example. This is one static class. A class can be static by using the static keyword, and one method can be static by using the static keyword in our method signature. So static method is different from instance method. How? A instance method can be accessed by using the instance of the class, but in case of static method we cannot use by creating the instance of the static class. So we directly call this method by using the class name. So static method will directly comes under the scope of the class, not on instance or object. That is what the difference between our instance and static. So if you see static method, what is the class name here? Math helper. And what is the method name? Multiply. So see, math helper dot multiply. Directly we can call by using the class name. Math helper dot multiply, and whatever the parameter we want to pass, we will pass. If I want to create an object of this math helper class, see, it will throw an error. Math helper, new math helper. So cannot create an instance of the static class. So we cannot create a instance of any static class, and we cannot access a static method by using its what is that object name. So static method is clear. Next is define with the static, okay, called using the class name. Overloaded methods. Method with the same name but different parameters. So as we have seen, a method can take multiple parameters, but a method whenever like method with the same name and but different parameters, whenever the method name will be same and parameter is different, in that time we can call that two methods as overloaded methods. If I will do the parameters, let's say, so all parameters and my method's name will be same, then this will throw an error. The printer already defines a member called print. So this method is, we cannot create two methods with same name and same parameter. So we need to pass different parameters. Methods with same name but different parameters. That is called a overloaded methods. Okay. Same name and different parameters. Okay. So if we want to call this overloaded methods, how we will going to call? First we will create this instance of the class printer class, printer new printer. Then by using this printer object, printer print hello world. So this method is going to be called, which one? This print is going to call this print as it is a string. So this parameter is taking, this method will take a string and this method will take a number or integer. So whenever I will pass this string to this print method, that time that method is going to be called to the method which takes a parameter of string, and this time this will call to the parameter of integer. So this method will, this print will access this print as it is a integer, and we have already passed a integer. So let's run and see the output here. See, sum is 8, difference is 2, multiplication is 15, and hello world and 1 2 3. Hello world and 1 2 3. So method overloaded means overloaded method means method with the same name and different parameters. And how to call the overloaded methods? By passing the required a type of parameter. Whenever we will pass a string type parameter, this will call this print, and whenever we will pass a integer type of parameter, this will call this print. Okay, so that's what we have done here. Here we have passed a string, and here we have passed a integer. Okay, so summary may be methods in C# are essential for structuring code into reusable and manageable blocks. So reusable and manageable blocks, they enhance code readability and maintainability by encapsulating logic into named blocks that can be called as needed. So wherever it is needed, method can be called multiple times wherever it is needed. Once we can create a method like add, and we can call this add method whenever our requirement is there inside this program. By creating the object of this calculator, whenever we want to call this add method, we can call. So no need to write this return a plus b multiple times. That is called reusability. And maintainability, it is easy to maintain a block of code. That is what our that's all for our methods today. I hope you found this session helpful and informative. Please check the description below for detailed notes. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more C tutorials. See you in the next video.